Have you ever looked at your dog and thought, do you think I'm just a bigger, clumsier version of you? Maybe it was the way they tilted their head when you spoke, or how they followed you around the house like a tiny, four-legged shadow. It's a question that's crossed every dog owner's mind at some point. Do dogs actually think humans are dogs too? See, it's not as silly as it sounds. Scientists and behaviorists have spent years trying to understand how dogs view us. And today, we're looking into what research says and what your dog's behavior might be trying to tell you as regards how they think about humans. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer picture of how your dog really sees you. So, do dogs think we're dogs too? Some people assume dogs think we're just weird-looking dogs. Others say dogs know we're totally different. But here's the fun part. Dogs don't see us in human terms or canine terms. They just see us as us. Dogs are masters at reading social cues, body language, and voice tones. They don't need us to bark or wag our tails to get the message across. Over thousands of years, dogs have adapted to understand humans in a way that's honestly pretty impressive. They can recognize our emotions, respond to our moods, and even know when we're pretending to throw the ball. Yes, they're onto us. But do they think we're dogs? Not exactly. Studies show dogs can visually tell the difference between humans and other dogs. They can recognize their own species based on sight alone, even across wildly different breeds. So, no, your dog doesn't think you're a Saint Bernard in socks. What they do know is that you're important. You're part of their group, their inner circle, or a trusted companion. You're not a dog, you're their person. Do dogs think we're their parents? Now here's something dog owners love to believe, that their dog sees them as a parent, a proper mom or dad figure. And you know what? In many ways, they actually do. Dogs may not understand the idea of parenthood the way we do, but they definitely form strong attachments that mirror it. When they follow you from room to room, when they come to you in moments of stress, or when they look to you before making a decision, that's dependence. In fact, studies show that dogs seek comfort and reassurance from their owners in the same way a child turns to a parent. They feel safest when you're near. Your presence gives them a sense of stability, and that explains why your dog might freak out when you leave the house for 2 minutes, as if you've gone on a journey to another planet. It's not about dominance or being the alpha, it's about being their source of security. You feed them, care for them, talk to them, and somehow always know where the treats are kept. To your dog, that makes you top tier. And while they won't be sending you a Mother's Day card anytime soon, their loyalty, tail wags, and those soft little glances say everything you need to know. So, how do dogs recognize us? Dogs don't just recognize us, they remember us with their whole body. Their eyes, ears, and especially their noses are working overtime every time you walk into the room. Let's start with their sense of smell. It's no secret that a dog's nose is in a league of its own. With up to 300 million scent receptors compared to our 5 million, they can pick up your unique scent from across the house, across the park, or even after months apart. That smell of yours? To your dog, it's like a personal signature. They could sniff it out of a lineup without breaking a sweat. But it's not just smell, dogs can recognize your voice too. In one study, dogs were able to pick out their owner's voice from a group of strangers with over 80% accuracy. And it wasn't just because they recognized the words, it was the tone, the rhythm, even the pitch. So, when you talk to your dog in that high-pitched, who's a good boy voice, yeah, they know it's you. And if you've ever wondered whether your dog recognizes you by sight, the answer is yes. They remember your face, your body language, even the way you walk. You're a familiar figure in their world, a walking, talking bundle of love, snacks, and belly rubs. How do dogs remember us? You've probably heard the phrase, a dog never forgets. And as it turns out, that's not just something we say to feel better when we leave them home alone for the weekend. Dogs have an incredible memory when it comes to the people they're attached to. It's not the kind of memory that recalls exact dates or events, but it's emotional. It's tied to experiences. They remember how you made them feel, the walks, the cuddles, that time you accidentally dropped a full sausage on the floor. Golden moments. What really makes their memory stick is scent. If your dog hasn't seen you in months or even years, they can still recognize your scent in an instant. Scientists have found that dogs can have strong, positive reactions to their owner's smell long after being separated. It's comforting, it's familiar, it's you. And the best part? That bond doesn't just fade with time. Your dog holds on to those emotional connections, often for life. So when you come home and they spin in circles or cry with joy, it's not just excitement. They are happy about their reunion. Do dogs understand our emotions? Your dog might not know what you're saying, but they definitely know how you're feeling. Science has shown that dogs can recognize human facial expressions, detect changes in our tone of voice, and pick up on the tiniest shifts in body language. They read the room better than most people. Have you ever had a rough day only to find your dog quietly sitting beside you? Or notice them acting extra playful when you're in a good mood? That's no accident. Dogs are emotional sponges. They tune in, they respond, and they do it instinctively. This awareness comes from thousands of years of close living with humans. Dogs have evolved to understand us, not just physically, but emotionally. It's one of the reasons they're such powerful support animals. They don't just sense sadness or anxiety, they act on it. They nudge your hand, they rest their head on your lap, they stay close. It's their way of saying, you're not alone. Even if they don't understand the cause of your stress, they recognize that something's different, and they choose to be there anyway. That's not just loyalty, it's their empathy in action. Lastly, do dogs learn from us as they watch us? If you've ever caught your dog copying you, like sitting when you sit or getting up when you move, you're not imagining it. Dogs are expert observers. They spend a huge chunk of their day watching us, quietly picking up on our habits, routines, and unspoken cues. They learn when it's mealtime by the way you open the fridge. They know the difference between the sound of your work shoes and your walking trainers. Some even recognize the phrase, "let's go," before you've reached for the lead. It's not magic, it's attention, and your dog gives you more of it than you probably realize. Studies have shown that dogs can use human gestures and gaze direction to figure out what we're thinking. It's a skill that comes from being so closely bonded with people over thousands of years. Unlike most animals, dogs don't just follow instinct. They watch, they adapt, and they remember. This habit of constant observation helps dogs feel more secure. When they understand what you're about to do, they feel more in sync with you. And that's part of why your dog sometimes seems to read your mind. They're not just reacting to what you do, they're actively trying to stay one step ahead so they can stay close and feel included. So while it may seem like your dog is just lounging around all day, there's a good chance they're actually keeping tabs on your every move. Not in a creepy way, just in the loyal, ever-curious way that makes dogs so endlessly lovable. Maybe dogs don't exactly think we are dogs too, but they know who we are. We're their safe place, their teacher, their friend, and above all, their family. And if you want to keep being the best human in your dog's life, don't stop here. Click on the video on your screen now. You'll learn the small mistakes that might be breaking your dog's trust without you even realizing it.